right, so I will call the meeting to order. It is 5:36, and I will take roll. Trustee Mahan, Trustee Brown,
Here.
Trustee Taveldi,
Here.
Mayor Kreitz, Trustee Lamach,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem March, Trustee Padilla. Here. Jason, I will verify that we do have a quorum for this meeting. So per parliamentary procedure, we do not have a chair for this meeting since the mayor and mayor pro tem are not here, which is why I have opened the meeting. Per the procedure, this board will need to choose a chairperson to lead the group for this meeting this evening. So if there's anyone that would like to chair.
I volunteer.
I will turn it over to your capable hands then, Trustee Brown.
I have to go to the official seat.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can if you would like.
You can come a little closer if you want to.
I'd like to just stay in my spot.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. He's like got two seats between him.
I want to sit over there. I'm just kidding.
Everyone just bring your chairs closer.
The music stops.
Hold hands.
All right, so we're just gonna move on down the low then, and let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, are there any changes to the agenda?
Trustee Brown, no changes at this time.
Do we have any special presentations?
We do not.
Okay, and then this portion of the agenda is provided to allow members of the audience to provide comments to the board. Please sign in and then and I will call you. The chairperson will call you tonight. If your comments or concerns require an action, that item will need to be placed on a later agenda. Please limit the time of your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have any commenters tonight?
We only have one member of the public, and he has indicated he does not have any comments.
All right. Well, then we'll move along to our action agenda then.
Trustee Brown and members of the board, our town manager was unable to be here this evening, so Jason Myers and Jason Leslie and I are gonna tag team this. So on your agenda this evening is the opportunity to approve a referendum ballot question to go on the November 7th, 2023 coordinated election ballot with Weld County. Weld County will be coordinating for us. We have already executed the IGA. The deadline to approve the ballot question and send that language to the county is on Friday. We are also required to provide the language in Spanish, and we've had that translation done by a certified translation service, and we'll be receiving that back tomorrow, so we'll be able to comply with those requirements. You have seen the ballot question. I believe at the last work session there were a few tweaks that were made, and Jason has prepared the resolution in preparation for that, and I'll turn it over to him for comments on the content of the ballot question and to answer any questions.
All right, so the resolution kind of lays out the mechanics of what authorizes you to take this action. So I don't want to bore you with Tabor language, but so that's what the resolution sets out. If you have any specific questions about it, please let me know. The ballot language, based off of the conversations we had at the work session last week, I believe, has been updated with those minor tweaks to the language as you were still considering. As if this is passed tonight, if that's prerogative of the board, then this would be the official action that would then make sure that the town no longer is involved in the election process outside of what's allowed under the Fair Campaign Practices Act. So everything previous to this moment has been the board looking at whether or not you would like to proceed with this matter. And so the decision this evening is to make that official.
Steps following this adoption, if you choose to adopt, is as a designated election official, I am required to then advertise for pro-con statements because this is a Tabor question. So that advertisement will be done, and I believe the deadline to me is September 23rd, something like that. And then I have 2 days to summarize both the pro statements and the con statements if received, and then send those to the county for inclusion in the Blue Book. And then also Jason and Curtis and their teams will be preparing the Tabor statements that need to be in there from a financial perspective with the numbers of collection and all of that. Once those pieces are done, it really is turned over to Well County because they are acting as our election official. And so we won't have any further action following that except for maybe anything that the county would need from us.
Right. So, any other, I guess, thoughts or?
I just wanted to say thanks to the Post Commission for the letter that they provided and for meeting last week to dive into, discuss the issue, and to put the letter together.
Yeah, I think everything has fallen into line pretty quickly, and I think everyone's excited about it. So I think it'll be something that we can all get behind and support. And in a few minutes, we won't be able to talk about it anymore, right? At least not in this forum.
Right, not utilizing town resources.
I would also note that Chairperson Gill is here from the Post Commission, and I'm not sure if he has any thoughts. And Colby's also here if he has any thoughts as well.
I'd love to hear them. If you guys have anything, please come on up and share.
Alan Gill, 7227 Foothill Street, interim chair of the Post Commission. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here tonight. Just like to let everybody know that the commission unanimously supported this with our letter. It's a great opportunity, and we see it as a way for the town to better manage park, open spaces, and trail resources. That's a good thing for everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, if that's the case, do we just need to
Motion?
get some direction?
I would like to recommend the resolution 23R-37, referring a ballot question to the registered electors of the town, Frederick, at a coordinated November 7th, 2023 election concerning the amendment of the open space tax that include maintenance, acquisition, and construction of parks, trails, and related amenities. Thank you.
Trustee Tavelli,
Yes.
Trustee Padilla,
Yes.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Lamach.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Right.
Heard that.
I know it's
4
weird.
to 0 thing.
4-0. And then I guess we have any reports? Anything to report before we close out of this?
I don't.
I don't.
I don't either. We're a week away from Miners Day, and this weekend is homecoming and Shine Prom, and I think everyone hopefully has noticed you about Shine Prom if we have more than one person going, right? Because we have to notice if there's more than one of us.
I went ahead and noticed it already, so the board has all the information from Matt Cody, so please feel free to attend if you're able.
And are we doing anything as a town at the admin office for the homecoming parade or not this year with Shine and everything else? I know it's a crazy busy weekend, so.
Shine, I have not.
Sorry, the homecoming parade.
Homecoming parade, I'm not sure. I can reach out with our communication engagement team and see what they had. 'Cause I know in the past they have done like building signs beforehand and kind of doing a gathering before the parade, but I've not seen. But I can definitely get that information and get that back to you guys.
I would say if they don't, it's a busy, crazy week as it is with everything. So and also they're a week away from having to do Miners Day. So I mean, if this one caught us all off guard really fast. So I would say don't add any more pressure to their already a pretty busy thing. And I don't think the kids will. They're very grateful because we got a contact this week from one of the people asking if we were cleared, and I know that between Brian and Chief and Andy, we got that solved pretty quick, and Public Works is helping out, and I just from the sounds of it, everyone is pretty strained to the max for this weekend, so I don't want to add anything to their list if it's something they want to do, because that's just there's a lot.
Okay.
I was just merely curious. Do you have any?
Something I will.
If they have something great, let us know.
We communicate that back out to everyone.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time for us to go do that and then get over to the Shine problem if we're doing that. But if they don't, please don't add anything else to their list. We're just doing reports. Do you have any?
Trustee Brown, I would note for the record that Trustee Mahan joined the meeting at 5:46.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, if there are no other reports, then I think we are in adjournment, but we are going to move over to our work session. Correct? All right. Well, let's do it then.
Well, Curtis is getting.